Hello everyone, and welcome to FrameLoss, Episode 2. I am your host, Twoinches. With me as always is Bpants and CJ. Say hello.
What's up, guys?
What's up? We got a pretty good show tonight. We got new releases, news of the week. We got a review for Resogun for the PS4, and a quick look at AquaPazza for the PS3. What have you guys been playing this week? Let's just start right off. What have you been playing?
Yeah, I mean, I've been playing a lot of Terraria. I cannot put that down. The 1.2 patch came out. It was probably like a month or two ago now, and they added just a metric fuck ton of content. So
that's a lot.
Yeah, it is a lot.
That's 1,000. Shit. I forgot my joke, everyone.
Good job.
Forgot the joke.
Other than that, I haven't really been playing much else. I played some Magicka with a friend. That game is super hard, and I'm terrible at it.
Magicka is weird because it controls...
Yeah.
I don't know, the controls
I
of
like
that
it.
game are just weird.
I like it a lot. Brendan told me to get it during the last Steam sale or whatever. It's definitely a good purchase. I haven't played it much since then. But...
So, at all?
No, I mean, I played it like once. It was good. It's just...
Yeah, no, it's good. It's
you
just
buy
really
so many
hard.
Steam games that it's like, okay, like, cool, I played this game for 45 minutes, like, I'm done forever.
Yeah. Other than that, I don't think I've really been playing much else. It's mainly Terraria right now.
I have been playing still a lot of Mario and Luigi Dream Team, really trying to beat it, and it's like really just the longest RPG in the history of RPGs.
How many hours do you have in?
I have 33 hours so far logged in this game.
I mean, that's not too long.
That's for a Mario game? Like, that's
but it's an
offensive.
RPG.
No, but you still jump on enemies. Like, that's still the main point of the game, is like, you're gonna jump on their heads, so...
How many
I've never
times...
played any of the RPGs, so I don't know how it plays.
They just, I mean...
I figured it was like turn-based combat or something.
It is, but, I mean, instead of, like, doing an attack, you jump on them. It's just, it doesn't kill them in one hit, like in regular Mario games.
Yeah.
It kills them in a million fucking hits. God.
How many times have you thought you've beaten it?
Already, twice. And I've gotten to the point where it's like, I still have more things to do. And I'm like, God damn. So I'm sure there will be a third coming up where I'm like, done, and I'm not. So, I really want to get on to Paper Mario Sticker Star, or whatever that's called, for the 3DS, and I want to get on to Legend of Zelda Between Two Worlds for 3DS.
Is the Paper Mario, is that a new release?
No, it's still $40, so I see why you would think that, but it's actually pretty old.
Yes.
I actually didn't know they came out with another Paper Mario.
Yeah, Sticker Star is pretty old.
Sticker Star is pretty old. Ocarina of Time 3D is pretty old. Both those games still cost $40 because no one knows how to lower prices on old things, I guess.
Well, Nintendo does.
Yeah. I mean, there's like, I have so many games I want to play.
The 4DS will be out and they'll still be $40.
I can't wait for the 4DS. Well, I mean, I'm already playing it, I guess, technically.
Kyle?
I've been playing a lot of COD on the PS4. I'm actually surprised at how much time I've put into the game.
Me too.
I don't know. Something about it feels very different from the other Call of Duties. I think it's just the guns,
I think it's because you're playing it on the PS4, so you've
It
got
might
it like
be-
worked up in your head.
yeah,
Like, PS4 game!
It might be that I'm playing it on a new console, and that's like all that's got me hooked. But I like some of the things they've done with it. I hate a lot of the things they've done with it.
Like?
Well, like, to change your loadout is very frustrating. You need, like, all these crazy coins to update now. Like, you earn coins now, and that updates, like, this gun will cost 7 coins, and there's little missions in the game. Like, so, like, if you're playing multiplayer and, like, you shoot somebody, he might have a briefcase on him. You run over and pick up that briefcase, and it'll be like, kill 2 guys while crouched. And that's, like, a mission, like, that only you have in the multiplayer that you can complete to earn more, like, rewards.
What if somebody kills you? Do they get that mission?
They can... If they kill you, the briefcase drops, and if they run over it, they can pick it up. It's really just first person to run over the briefcase picks it up.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's fun. The create a character thing is kind of stupid, because, like, there's, like, 18... maybe there's 18 characters? And each one of them starts at level 1, and so, like, you create a character... He starts at level 1, you earn some stuff, and you're like, well, I want to like have a different like set of loadouts, so you create a second character, and he goes back to level 1. So it's really weird how that system works.
That sounds weird.
Yeah, that's pretty much taking up most of my time.
Video games, dude.
Yeah,
Hard work.
it is.
Alright, let's talk new releases. Not a ton, but definitely some stuff worth getting to. Speaking of stuff worth getting to, something that is not worth getting to is Air Conflict Vietnam. That's coming out this week.
I mean, you don't know. You haven't played it.
Oh, it's a pretty bad game, Brandon. Don't worry. I have studied up on it, and it does not look good. So, I mean, if you like flying shooting games, then you'll probably be at least like satisfied with this game.
There's probably better out there.
Yeah. Oh, there's definitely better out there.
Yeah.
I mean, I played that free-to-play Dogs of War game before I'd spend money on this, but I don't know. I also hate everything, so. Also coming up is Wise Memory of Celceta. I don't even know if I'm saying that right.
I don't know if you're.
I actually have.
Is that yes or is that wise?
No, it's Eyes.
It's eyes.
Yeah,
Eyes.
it's
Well, I can't
RPG.
talk about this game then.
Yeah, it's an RPG. It's a new one in the series, and it actually looks pretty fun. I haven't played any of them, so I don't know where in the story this one takes place, but I'm sure that you don't need to have played all of them for it to make sense to you.
Well,
That's a pretty bold statement.
yeah.
It's bold.
All right, well,
That
that's coming
sounds
out
awful.
on PS Vita.
Also coming out is the Halo bundle. It's going to be Halo Reach and Halo Combat Evolved.
Wait, that's it?
The 40...
Yeah, that's all it's in
Wait,
there.
that's the Halo bundles, Reach and Combat Evolved.
Well, it's the anniversary edition of Combat Evolved. So
Yeah.
you get nice new graphics Combat Evolved.
So they don't want to put ODST or
No one
3
wants
in there
ODST.
or 4. Just
Well, it is a budget title. I think it's $39.99.
Yeah, it's $40. So,
that seems
which is Combat Evolved by itself was $40 when it came out.
kind of.
So
I mean, I guess maybe it's supposed to be like play Reach because that's the prequel, and then play Combat Evolved because that's the one after.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, they
Well,
could still
I think
charge you
I
$40
think it's called
for
the Halo Origins bundle.
Okay, that would make more sense.
Imagine if someone had written that in the notes.
It's
Yeah,
still-
I know, right? If somebody included the actual
I wouldn't
name.
sound like a jackass talking about
I mean,
it.
it's still a dumb. I think it's a dumb bundle. You
I mean, at this point, they might as well just bundle them all together for $60. I
Yeah.
doubt they're selling like hotcakes anymore.
They're not.
I want to know the person who's like, I guess I'll give these Halo games a try after all.
Yeah.
It's been like 14 years, so
I know a new console just shipped, but let's
yeah,
take a step back.
let's play that game for the Xbox, the original Xbox. Anyway, the Halo Origins bundle is coming out on the Xbox 360. If you haven't played Reach wasn't awful.
Reach was really good. I
Yeah,
like Reach a lot.
I would definitely recommend it. And the improvements they made for the Combat Evolved on the 360 were pretty good. They made the game fun. You know, it's still Halo Combat Evolved, so if you don't like Halo, then you're not going to like this. If you did like the original game, you wanted to try it out again, pick it up. Also coming out for the 26th is the Zelda Strategy Guide box set. Don't get confused, this is only strategy guides. There's no games in this at all.
Yeah, I was looking at that and I was like, oh, sweet, is this all Zelda games?
Yeah.
And then I realized it's like, oh, wait, this is only strategy games.
Only strategy guides.
Really
And
weird.
also don't get confused, because it's not even, like, one's worth getting, because, let me go through the list here. It's Ocarina of Time 3D, Zelda Spirit Tracks, Phantom Hourglass, Wind Waker, Twilight Princess, Skyward Sword. These are all the hardcover guides for these games. This comes in at a budget price of $179.99. For under $180, you too can own 6 hardcover Legend of Zelda strategy guides.
I mean, to be fair, they are. If you price it out, that's $30 a guide, which is normally what you're paying for.
I would
a
say, so
hardcover
they're not
guide.
discounting anything.
Yeah.
It
and-
also comes in a really cool Zelda box.
I mean, you're paying for strategy guides for games that have been out for how long?
Yeah,
now?
Twilight Princess
that
is a
have
Wii
free
game.
guides all over the internet.
What I don't get about it is why all of the Zeldas aren't. Like, if they're making this big bundle to be like, this is for people who love Zelda, like, this is just like...
I mean, people who love Zelda probably already have the strategy guides.
Yeah.
I just don't know why these ones were picked.
Yeah,
and
I
not
don't know either.
all of them.
Yeah, it's a confusing choice, but I mean, I do like strategy guides, so I probably won't be getting this set of them, but I definitely know there are people out there who will buy them. The selection is confusing to me.
Yeah.
And finally, last new release for those are all new releases for the 26th. This is 12/6/13,
Which
December
is a
6th.
Friday, I think.
It is a Friday.
Which is also
Yeah. Super
why.
weird. It's
I mean,
you know,
they should
you gotta,
start doing new releases on Fridays.
Yeah, you get the whole weekend to play them.
Yeah.
I'm all about that idea, but I mean,
I like it, it's just weird. Like,
Let's keep it up.
yeah, I support it. Sony, Microsoft, Nintendo.
Anybody who's listening
Yeah.
to our podcast all one.
I know you're listening with bated breath here, so keep them coming on Fridays. Gran Turismo 6 for the PS3 is coming out. I don't really know what the deal is with this game because apparently the head of Polysoft, or is it Polysoft? Is that who makes? It's not Polysoft.
It's Poly something.
It's definitely Poly.
Poly
something.
Polygraph.
It's
something Poly.
The guy.
Poly made it.
Yeah,
she did a good job.
It's
on
Poly. He announced that Gran Turismo 7 for the PS4 might be out as early as 2014. So it seems strange to me.
I feel like they definitely missed like a launch title opportunity.
Yeah.
Like if GT6 was on PS4 on launch, that would have been like a huge system.
Yeah, that would have been awesome. That would have gone right up with Forza on the Xbox One.
I want to know what happened there. Like, did they see they had two racers in development, so they were like, okay, you make yours for the PS3 and Drive Club will make theirs for the PS4, or like what happened there? I feel like something weird happened there.
It's a weird choice. I know the Gran Turismo team is really picky about their game. They're really particular about how it's developed and what is considered good to ship and everything.
Yeah.
But just the amount of time they spent on Gran Turismo 5 versus the amount of time they spent on Gran Turismo 6 or 7 it just doesn't match. Like,
I mean, maybe they realize that they're taking way too long, and then you start getting out. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
nobody knows but them. But yeah,
I was a big fan of Gran Turismo 5, but for the amount of time they spent on it, it definitely wasn't as good as Forza 4, which came out at the same time. So, good for them if they're speeding up the development process to get the same level of game out.
Do you think Gran Turismo 6 will feel more like GTA 5 Prologue?
GTA 5?
GT5. GT5 Prologue? How, like, Prologue came out and it was, like, kind of like this is what you can expect from 5.
I mean, I hope 6
Do I think that 6 will be that for 7?
6 will be like that for 7.
Is it a full title? Like
it's a full $60 title.
Game? It better not be like that.
Right. I'm not saying it'll be a good thing. If 7's coming out so quick, that's kind of scary.
Well, I mean, the time between Gran Turismo 5 Prologue
we
and Gran
don't know
Turismo
that.
5 was still like 3 years. So.
Yeah,
we don't know that 7 is coming out that quick. That was just like
it's just
somebody at the studio said, like, we want to start speeding them up. So, very much a rumor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's not a lot coming out. There's actually not a lot coming out for the rest of this year. It's a very slim pickings still.
Yep.
Which
is kind of funny because, it used to be holiday season was packed with every, big release, and now developers and publishers are spreading them out. I mean, it's smart.
I mean, now the big thing is spring. Like, that's, when everyone just unleashes everything they have.
Yep.
Which doesn't make any sense, because it's like, let's wait till the big holiday is over with. Let's wait till people spend all their money.
I mean, it's nice when they spread them out throughout the year.
Yes. I prefer that, definitely.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I'm pretty sure a lot of people do.
And speaking of new releases, I think we had some consoles.
Yeah, we have so I think we have a couple new consoles. I
heard something.
At least one worth talking about.
Yeah, the PS4.
No, I said worth talking.
So yeah, we have 2 new consoles out since our last show. We have the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One have both released. I guess let's start with the PlayStation 4. That one came out last week on Friday.
The 15th.
Yep. So me and Kyle both have PS4s.
We do.
What do you think, Kyle?
I am very impressed with it. I love what they did with the UI. I missed the cross-media bar, but I understand why they changed it. And I like the new, this is your most there's a bar that's your most recent.
Yeah.
I like that because the thing doesn't feel cluttered. It feels very almost empty, but there's still you can do everything from there. Yeah. So I like the UI a lot. I love streaming on it. I think that's one of the best features that the system has.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, both systems have that or will have that. So yeah, I mean, I feel the same way. The UI is really nice. The only complaint I have, obviously, is the lack of games. But I think Sony's set themselves up with a nice console. It's got good specs. Yeah, I think it'll be, as far as the console goes, it's future-proof for the next 10 years. I'm sure we'll be getting games like The Last of Us and stuff like that are just amazing towards the end of its life. We just got to get there. We got to get to those games.
Yeah, I knew when I bought it, going into it, it was going to be slim pickings.
Yep.
It's just find a game to tide you over until the next one's released. And I think I found that with COD. Even though it's just Call of Duty, it's enough for me. Even though the new console is good.
Yeah.
It's just, you're right. There are very few like exclusive titles for it right now that are worth dropping $400 for it.
Yep. And so there were some defective units that went out too, and of course social media exploded because of it, which made it look like there was way bigger problem than there actually was.
I mean, 10,000 units is a lot of units.
I mean, 1% of your shipped consoles that are defective,
You know, when
that's
you're gonna
a
make it sound
pretty
nice,
damn
then.
good number. Compared to, what was it, 27% for the Xbox 360
Yeah,
when
it
it first came
was,
out?
it was close to
360.
30.
Yeah.
Why don't we just talk about using stone to make wheels while we're at it?
I mean, anyways, that's. I think that's what we're going to see with a lot of hardware. You know, going into the future. Anyways, you know, everybody now can pick up a phone and tweet and upload a video to YouTube and post a thing to Reddit saying your stuff's broken.
Yeah.
It's
And
people are just
all
going to have to
kidding.
learn to take it with a grain of salt for anything.
Yeah, and all kidding aside, 1% of units is well below, like, acceptable numbers.
Yeah.
So,
And
I'd
only,
say once you start hitting between 5 and 10%, where you're like, okay,
Yeah.
something's not right.
yeah, exactly.
and like the reports were like coming in like super fast of like my unit's broken,
Mm-hmm.
and that's only the people obviously who are affected by it.
Yeah, you don't
Like,
hear from
Oh, I
people-
wish everyone had got good consoles. Would tweet and be like, my console works.
I'm playing
Everything
right now.
okay.
super happy.
PS4
Hashtag not broken.
Yeah.
But there was the issue at the beginning of the night where the servers were just, I mean, it has to be expected.
Yeah,
just
I mean,
hammered with people.
everything nowadays is online, and everything that's online on release night freaks out. I mean, that's...
And it makes sense why...
Did anything happen with Xbox Live? Do we know if Xbox Live had any hiccups?
No hiccups as far as I heard.
Yeah, I didn't hear
Yeah.
anything, so...
Xbox
They
wins
were
in
able to-
terms of keeping their servers up while people updated their consoles.
I mean, to Sony's
We'll
benefit...
get into that when we get to the sales.
To Sony's benefit, I mean, I was down... I got home, at 6 after work, and I tried to hook it up, it didn't work, and I was like, alright, went and played on my computer for 2 hours, went back, and it was fine. No issues whatsoever. And I was like, okay. So,
And
they
what-
clearly were resolving issues fast.
And while you were saying, because you were messaging me saying that
Yeah,
you
that's
couldn't
right,
get
you
on,
were
I
hooked
was
up fine.
playing,
Mhm.
I was in Call of Duty playing online while you were having those connection issues.
Yeah.
So I think it was just having a hard time, accepting new users
connections?
onto it.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah,
I don't know, but once I got everything set up and working, it was just straight shot. Downloading a game and playing it while it's downloading that's the best feature in the
That
world.
is really awesome.
And
Have you done that yet? Or
yeah, I did that with Resogun.
Yeah, it's really awesome.
how long was it between starting the download and playing?
I would say less than a minute.
That's for a
Okay.
small game, though.
Yeah, I mean,
If you're downloading
But even
full disclosure, I mean, that's a small game, and Kyle and I both have. I mean, we have a extremely fast internet connection as well. So.
downloading, even to go back, installing COD, that was insanely quick for a almost 50 gig install. It was 40 gigs. For a 40 gig install, that was probably a minute and a half to install the game and get playing.
Wow, yeah,
That
that's
went
really,
really good.
From
yeah.
disk to go, it was super fast.
nice.
Even the update went really fast for me.
Yeah.
Once I was able to get the update, it was just done.
Yeah, I'd say
That's good.
I'd say the PS4 had a pretty smooth launch, though. They announced 24 hours, but within 24 hours they sold 1 million units.
Yep.
I think they said their projection for the end of the year is 3 million. So, and then it was by March of next year, 5 million total sold
Yeah.
is what they're projecting. So I think that's pretty good.
Yeah, I think
that's a lot.
That's definitely
That's
a lot.
ton, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's very fair considering they only launched in North America.
Yes.
I think UK is the
29th.
29th.
All of Europe,
Yep, all of
Yep.
Europe, and then Japan is in February.
Yes.
which I don't understand.
They said that they wanted to delay it until they had games available that the Japanese market would want.
That's racist.
That makes sense because the Japanese market is very finicky, I would say. Is a nice
They know what
word.
they like.
Yeah,
So,
they're very Japanese about it.
so we just had the Xbox One release on Friday.
Yep.
I don't know if you want to call it this week or last week, but
It was last week.
Yeah.
It's a new week.
It was the most recent Friday.
yes. So none of us have an Xbox One, so we can't talk about
Yeah.
what
Yeah,
we
I mean,
think about it.
I did walk by one at Best Buy the other day.
How was walking by? Like, what did you feel?
Did it overheat and break? Like
No,
most
I
of them?
actually walked by two. I walked by one at the Best Buy. I walked by one at the GameStop. Neither of them had controllers or anything. So it seems like they weren't demo units as
they were
much
just
as they were
kinda
just
like
like to
displays.
watch.
I
Yeah.
was also confused about that because the GameStop I went to also has the display set up, but there's no controllers for it.
Yeah, so I think you just watch it. I don't think you play it.
Yeah, they probably just showed
Which
me
is-
gameplay videos.
I mean, which makes sense because there's only like 4 games for it. So
So, I mean, same thing with Xbox One is, social media exploded with, oh my god, my disk drive isn't working, or whatever. And, I mean, it's kind of died down since then, so I wouldn't be surprised if it was the 1% less or less with Xbox One as well for system.
Which is awesome for them because they had such a bad
and
time.
I mean,
I think a lot of it, maybe not a lot of it, but I think some of it might have been also, you could have the 360 sideways. You can't do that with the Xbox One.
Yep. Yeah.
And it's, I don't know if it says you can or can't in the instructions anywhere or anything
I mean,
like that.
at that point, too, who reads the instructions? And I mean, that's
Yeah.
kind of on them, but still, like, when you go from one console,
I wouldn't be
you can't
surprised
do
if
it, you
people
can't.
were.
Yeah.
So, who knows?
Yeah, so, I mean, I guess we can't really talk too much about it.
It doesn't wobble. The Xbox One. There's no
It
wobble.
doesn't
in it.
wobble?
Unlike the wobbly PS4.
That's a good
Wait,
question.
the wobbly PS4?
it wobbles.
My PS4 is in a section where it's on my PC tower, so the 4 corners aren't touching anything.
Well, that's not how you're supposed to put it.
Okay,
so
but
if it's wobbly...
No,
mine's
Kyle's
not.
doesn't
Okay,
wobble.
mine's not.
Mine doesn't wobble. I don't know where you're hearing wobbling PS4s.
Multiple people have reported. There's even internet memes on there of people putting funny things under their PS4 to stop it from wobbling.
It's like one of the corners
So it's like
is
one
missing
of
a
like
rubber
the
stopper.
foot. Yeah,
one
yeah.
of the feet is missing. It's
Yeah.
only going to wobble if you touch it to make it wobble. Like,
oh, so it's not like you're playing a game and it's like you're just
Oh,
wobbling all crazy on
no, it's not an issue. It's just a funny
Okay.
It's just missing a little rubber footy.
It's not an issue? Is that what you said?
Well, the disk drive's not spinning like 90% of the time, so there's really no
yeah.
reason for it to be
Why?
wobbling.
Why would you expect your $400 system to be like fully?
Well, because Weebles wobble, but they don't fall down.
So I think for both systems, I think we all agree that there's just not a lot of like games out that warrant a purchase unless you're like just a diehard, Sony or Microsoft fan and you just want the console.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, for exclusives, Sony has Killzone and Knack. Killzone is great for some people, not great for others. Same with Knack. I feel like that is for how it is for all games. There's not one game where it's you need to play this.
Out of both consoles, I feel like Forza is the best offering either console had.
Yeah.
Like, it was the strongest.
Yeah, Xbox One has Forza 5, Dead Rising 3, and
Rise,
Zoo
Son of
Tycoon
Rome.
and Rise.
Zoo Tycoon is getting some good reviews. I'm actually excited to play that game.
Did you see the video that shows the limit on Zoo Tycoon?
I did read about it. I didn't.
Okay, because they give you a massive free roam map that you can just build in, and that thing is full once you've filled maybe 1/8 of the map.
Is this like SimCity all over again?
You've reached your agent limit, which is kind of mind blowing because these consoles have 8 gigs of RAM now.
Yeah.
These are restrictions I would expect to see on the PS3 and 360, not on a system that's essentially a PC in your living room.
Right. It's super weird. I was reading about that and I just didn't understand it at all because I know for a fact these systems can handle more than that.
Yeah, exactly. And it's, to me, that instantly made the game not worth it. I thought it was kind of just looking at the gameplay, I wasn't impressed with it either. I loved the old Zoo Tycoon.
Well, I mean, you make faces at the monkeys with the Kinect, and they make those faces back to you.
I want a simulation game, and that's probably what my problem is.
Well, I mean, that's what simulation.
This is made by the same people who made Kinectimals.
It's a simian simulator.
I don't know. I'm not impressed with it. Forza 5 does look good.
I think that's the strongest for both consoles. I think that's the if you need the system for right now, what game am I gonna buy? Forza is a system seller.
Yeah. Rise has been getting kind of torn up in reviews.
Rise has been getting torn up.
Dead Rising's doing average 7/8, some 9s in there.
Loco Cycle for the Xbox it's getting 2s.
I guess the mechanics are okay, and the game is awful.
Atrocious.
Yeah, from what I've heard. One thing about Forza 5 I was really looking forward to hearing about was the Drivatar stuff, where they populate the single-player game with like multiplayer profiles.
Mm-hmm.
Like the game learns how you drive and then applies those. I haven't heard anything about it. People have been so up in arms about this microtransaction invented like controversy they've put up that like no one's talking about the actual like features of the game. I'm a little disappointed because I really want to know how that works.
Is that similar to Need for Speed's Autolog, where like people from your friends list would be like driving past you and?
What this is
No,
it learns how you play the game, and then it'll send your drivatar out, and that could be downloaded
like
into anyone's game
Okay.
randomly, and it'll play like you.
Okay.
So if you drive backwards in the track,
Maybe there just
Yeah.
isn't an update. Maybe there just isn't
Do
an
that
update
enough.
right now for people to.
Maybe
Have
I don't.
that.
Yeah, I don't know. I am looking forward to seeing how that is implemented.
I mean, the one thing that I am really upset about Forza 5 with is definitely, I personally don't like the microtransactions in a $60 game. I can see, why they put it there, because, like, oh, you don't have a lot of time to play the game, just give us $2,000 and you can unlock all the cars.
Yeah.
And I just think the pricing model is a little screwed up, and I'm really upset that they cut down the content. I think there's 200 cars in it and only 12 tracks, if I remember
Yeah,
right. Something like that.
That's kind
And
of
then,
for
like,
a Forza game. That's really
12 or 16, something like
yeah,
that.
it's somewhere around there. Yeah, either 12 or 16. And one of the most popular tracks in the game, I forget the name of it. It's like,
Nürburgring.
okay,
Yeah.
it's not even included in it, and it's going to be paid DLC later.
Yeah.
It just seems like, I feel like both Microsoft and maybe to a lesser extent Sony, but we'll see what happens as they keep releasing games, have kind of seen the free-to-play explosion on PC and are like, oh man, we got to get on top of that. We got to put more microtransactions in all of our games. I really hope people don't start abusing it.
Yeah, the Forza one is something that's been in the game since Forza 4, so I don't know if people just didn't, like, if they weren't aware of it widespread and now they're mad about it, or if it's just because it's a new console.
It's probably because it's under more scrutiny. It's it's not a game coming out in the middle of a console cycle. This is a release title game. This is a game that most people who are buying an Xbox One are probably buying.
And for anyone listening who doesn't know what the microtransaction model in Forza is, you can buy these things called car tokens, and you can use those car tokens to purchase cars in the game in place of in-game credits. So it's really just like if you don't want to save up the 2 million credits to get the Ferrari, like whatever the nicest Ferrari is in the game, or I don't even know if they have Ferraris, but like the nicest car, you can spend like a certain amount of car credits to get it. It's anywhere from 1 to 3, and it's never more than 3. So the most expensive cars in the game cost 3 car credits, which is, I don't even know. I think it's like $1 per car credit on the microtransaction side.
That's definitely not true. From what I've looked up, and I don't think they've done the 1, 2, 3 model anymore, because the credits come in, the tokens come in 100, like 100 bundle, like a 500 bundle, up to like I think an 8,000 bundle.
That's a lot of
The
cars.
most expensive car in the game costs real world like $70-something. If you were to buy that one car with all tokens, would be $70-something.
That's weird.
I was just going to say something else that they did that was weird. Oh, you don't unlock cars from doing events either anymore. You can only buy them now.
Yeah, that's...
So, I personally, like, that's, that was some sort of decision they made. I personally like the old model where, you beat a race or you do some sort of tournament and you get a reward for it.
Yeah, well, they still, the last Forza games I played were Forza 4 and Forza Horizon. I didn't play 5 yet. Forza 4, they didn't have, you didn't get cars as a reward. Yeah,
okay. The last one I played was 3, and I really liked that.
Yeah, and I did like that you got cars as a reward in 3, but they do give you rewards in 4, as far as like credits and experience and stuff. And what it is every time you go up a driver level in Forza 4, you would get a free car.
Okay.
And there's 50 driver levels that happens to. There's 150 driver levels total. For the first 50 you go up, you get a free car every time you level up. So.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't heard anything about that. So Xbox One announced that they also sold through 1 million units in
over 1 million.
Over 1 million. Okay.
There's
in
no
24 hours.
I don't think there's an official number out there yet for what they've sold.
I don't think they've got an official number either.
They better have sold over 1 million
because they released in 13 countries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So
I think US. What's interesting is people were all over the internet being like, "Well, Xbox wins. They sold over 1 million." But
can we get a soundbite of that?
Xbox wins. There you go. Now you got 2.
Perfect.
But like PS4 sold 1 million in just North America.
Yes.
Whereas I think I read somewhere that the numbers in North America for Xbox One were like 560-something thousand.
I think for both consoles for this generation, they're going to be neck and neck the whole way through.
Yeah.
I really do. I don't see either pulling out in front of the other.
I think that as more games come out for the Xbox One, sales will increase. I think that there are a lot of upsides to the Xbox One that are not specifically gaming related that people want to take advantage of but can't justify spending $500 on right now. They're like, by this time next year, when it's been out for a year, it has a strong library, it'll be the popular console.
Super rumor alert.
Wah, wah, wah.
Thank you for the sweet siren. There's been talk about already a new Xbox One SKU going into production. It's been rumored that might be the other rumor of a media-only Xbox One, where it doesn't play games. Maybe it'll play like downloadable Xbox Live Arcade games or something like that. But it's for a media center. It's for ESPN. It's for hooking your cable up through for DVR. So
it's strange that they would. If they do, it would be strange to me that they would make a media-only one, but not a game-only one.
Yeah, exactly.
I was just about to say that.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, like I said, super rumor alert. Let's get that alarm going again.
Wah, wah, wah.
No idea if that's true, but that's what's been floating around on the internet a bit.
PS4 has a new SKU, right,
Kyle?
Kyle?
Yeah.
Well, it's not a new SKU; it's a bundle.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think we have that somewhere.
Yeah, which is
news to talk about.
Also bundled is the Vita bundle. There's no it's supposedly December, which to me that's too soon.
I mean, I'm kind of
Why
upset
didn't they launch with that?
Yeah.
I would have pre-ordered. I would have preferred that bundle over what I got because I kind of want a Vita, so I might have pre-ordered the PS4 with the Vita, depending on what the price point.
We didn't even talk about that yet, but the remote play of the PS4 is fantastic.
Yeah, being able to play on the Vita. That's why I want a Vita for remote play. That looks super cool.
Yeah, being able I
actually bought a Vita just so when I get a PS4.
You'll have it.
I bought it a few months ago.
Yeah, as long as you're in the same Wi-Fi network, you can go anywhere that you can connect to your Wi-Fi. It's not a signal.
Yeah.
Like the Wii U one does, right?
The Wii U you have to be in range with.
Because it's just a gamepad. It's not its own device like the Vita is. Now I have a question. With my Vita, can I play your console?
I don't know.
I mean, if you linked it to, I don't see.
If you linked it, maybe.
Because I'm gonna start waking you up.
Well,
there you go.
Yeah.
If the PS4 is in standby mode, you can turn on the PS4 with the Vita.
Yeah.
You can also do that with your phone. You have the PlayStation app. I was like,
that's pretty sweet.
When I first hooked it up too, I hooked up the PlayStation app to it, and I was like, wait, what do you mean? It had a controller icon or whatever, so I clicked on that, and I was like, hey Amanda, check this out. I'm flipping through and scrolling the menu in my phone. I'm like, this is so cool. The dumbest feature that I'll never use, but I'm like, this is amazing. Just because nobody's done it before.
It's really just a way to get me to spend more money because the easier access I have to the store and stuff, I download stuff, I'm just gonna be like, ooh, I can buy this.
Now that's the thing that I didn't like about the PlayStation app is that the store is not in the app. It opens up a web browser.
Yeah.
Which I'm kind of like, why? Why would you do
point?
that?
I can just go to the store.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, the store, I feel like the store launched on the PS3 with the PS4 architecture intended.
Yeah.
Because it runs like garbage on the PS3.
Man,
it's so slow.
I'm like the only person that maybe I just don't know what a good store should run like.
On the PS4, that store I still hate the layout of it, but it runs really smooth. I'm not getting any slowdown like I did in the old store. And it's weird to be like, oh, the store has lag.
Yeah, it is weird.
But maybe that's why it's not on the phone, because it's just too
laggy.
Yeah, too intensive for the phone to handle.
I mean, but the web browser.
Web browser's
on the phone.
Another thing that's not on our show notes, and that CJ doesn't know about.
Oh, I'm excited for this.
Is the PS4 Playroom Twitch debacle.
Oh yeah, it's getting banned.
What?
Being streamed on Twitch.
Users are being banned left and right for using the PS4 Playroom, which is it's a PS4 camera app.
Yeah.
That it has a bunch of games in it. You can make water shoot out of the controller and
it's
hit
just
a ball.
A tech demo, basically.
Yeah, it's like a tech demo. but people are using that to stream themselves, like, just having sex on the couch. Or, like, just stripping. Just all things that
Why would you wait to tell me about this? I've been missing out.
I mean, I want to know if these people are like, if they're like doing it on the couch and they like accidentally press the share button on their controller.
Oh, that's even better!
Like, because it's like, boop, let's go, we're sharing.
Like, boom, right to the playroom.
The first instance of it was like, the first one that I read that was reported was like, this chick was like stripping and this other guy had like a horse, one of those horse faces. And he was, like,
that joke never gets old.
And he was like motorboating her with the horse face. And
oh, God.
It's
like Xbox Uno.
This is why we can't... Yeah, it's exactly like Xbox Uno. And this is why we can't have nice things.
What? I mean, it's video game footage, Kyle. They're streaming the playroom.
They are.
Well,
yeah.
Twitch has already come out and said, like, that's not video game content. It's just the playroom. They're not discussing video games and not playing a game. They're just doing it on a couch.
I mean, they're in the
You
playroom.
also can't stream nudity on Twitch either. So...
Well, I mean, Twitch
Twitch
sounds like they need to advance themselves into a 21st century mindset.
Okay, so
FrameLoss After Dark.
Yeah,
wonderful.
make sure to tune into my Twitch stream, FrameLoss
wonderful.
After Dark.
With the PS4 player.
So that kind of covers new systems, I'd say, unless you guys have anything else.
No, I mean, I'm excited to get both of them. I just,
Yeah.
for the price point, I'm just waiting.
Yeah, I'd say if I were to give a recommendation for either system right now, I mean, I don't have an Xbox One, but I would say, if you want to be an early adapter, go out and pick one up. They're both good systems.
Yep.
But if you're just in it for the games, you can probably wait.
Yeah, I mean,
they've got big games coming out next year. You'll probably be able to get like a Titanfall bundle or an Infamous bundle or
Titanfall is an Xbox 360 exclusive, right?
Well, it's also
it's
PC.
Xbox One, Xbox 360, and PC. So I
So-
guess
so
Microsoft
Windows, yeah,
platforms.
yeah.
Okay.
But yeah.
Suck it, Sony.
I feel like the first reason to buy these systems is going to come with Titanfall and with Infamous. I
Yeah,
think both
I
of
do
those
too.
are very
I'm really
strong.
Those are
excited
both-
for Infamous.
Yeah,
Yeah.
oh my god, I cannot wait. Yeah, those are both system sellers.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's move on to our just general news of the week then.
Okay, so last night Atlas announced a bunch of Persona 4, or not Persona 4, just Persona news. People have been waiting a long time for this news because Atlas has been just... I feel like Atlas has been just putting out garbage for the last 3 years.
Don't let Valkyrie say that.
Well, they poured over... They throw a game in a hat, and they're like, well, okay, that's Japanese, so just put it...
Oh, yeah.
Bring it out to North America.
The games they bring over.
They just pick anything.
I don't even
It's
remember
like,
what the one they just announced that they're bringing over was, but it looked amazing.
It's Atlas is hit or miss, but the Persona series has never been miss. It's always been amazing. And so last night they announced Persona 5 exclusively to the PS3, which I thought was weird.
That is stupid. Let's get on the PS4 boat, people.
And the fact that Persona 5 is exclusive to the PS3 and not coming out in Japan until the end of next year. That's
weird.
A year from now on... I don't know if old gen is... on old
gen?
caveman technology.
Current gen, I guess? I don't know.
Well, no, now we're in current gen.
We're in next gen now, Kyle. Every new gen is next gen.
Okay, so we're on current... So current gen is PS3. It's the first Persona on the PS3. They didn't have one before
I thought they
that.
had one.
No, they had Persona Arena, which was the fighting game.
What about Persona 4 Golden?
Persona 4 Golden was on the
I'm
Vita.
thinking of Disgaea or whatever.
Yeah.
It was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So Persona 5 was announced. They didn't show anything. It's just a trailer of text and
Sounds like the
and
game.
fancy backgrounds.
The best kind of trailer.
Yeah.
But I'm really excited. I'm excited for Persona. I like the series a lot. I'm interested to see why it's on the PS3.
I mean, because the game's probably been out in... Or are they porting this one, or no?
No. This isn't...
Yeah, this is a
doesn't
brand
come
new
out-
game,
Yeah,
right?
this is a brand new game.
Okay, yeah.
It's out in Japan,
that
so
joke
we won't
doesn't-
even get it until the end of 2015 on the PS3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that joke doesn't make sense then. Sorry, I apologize.
They also announced Persona 4 Dancing All Night, which a lot
Worst
of...
title in a while.
Best title, best game. This
I
is
don't know about that. That's
this is
pretty bad.
the game out of...
Persona 4 Dancing All Night.
Yeah, well, what it is a game about dancing.
Yeah, it's characters from Persona 4 in a
So it's a
rhythm
rhythm
game.
game.
Yeah, it's a rhythm game.
Now,
Wonderful.
do the drum beats, are those the gunshots?
Well, okay, you're thinking about Persona 3.
Oh, sorry.
Persona 3, if the listener doesn't know, the user.
Best game ever.
If the listener doesn't know, Persona 3, you shot yourself in the face with a pistol to release, like, your inner power. They took that out
try this at home.
They took that out for 4. But
now you slit your wrist. No, I don't know.
well, now you dance. Now you just dance all night. So, yeah, Persona 4, Dancing All Night, that's coming to the Vita. No, like, Western release date for it. No Japan release date for it.
It's just gonna happen.
Yeah, it's just gonna happen. So then there's Persona Q, Shadow of the Labyrinth. And that's a 3DS game.
Now, do they know Q isn't a number?
Yeah. Well,
I mean, do they? You don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, Q is a blending of Persona 3 and 4. Like, it's got the cast from 3 and 4 in this weird world.
So they decided on Q.
Yeah.
If that represents oh, Q! How did I not get
what am I, a fucking idiot? Like,
Jesus,
shit.
we're dumb.
Sorry.
If you guys were math majors, you would know 3 plus 4 equals Q. That's the first Persona title to not be on a Sony platform. And that's slated for the Nintendo 3DS in Japan June 5th, 2013. And also has no Western release date. And then the last game was Persona 4, the Ultimax Ultra Suplex Hold.
This is done. Wait, hold on. Can we get that again?
The Ultimax Ultra Suplex Hold.
That is the game I'm getting.
That is the worst name.
That is
out of all of them.
The new fighter to follow up Persona Arena.
Now, is it going to be a fighter, or is it going to be more of like a wrestling game?
Well, it's going to be more of a fighter. They're not going to make it... I mean, some of the characters are grapplers, so there will be suplexes.
Entrance music?
No.
Damn it.
This ain't wrestling.
That game also has no Western release date or a Japan release date. They announced a lot of stuff last night, but not a lot of hard information on it.
Sounds like their typical game announcement.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like super frustrating.
They're like, hey, we got a thing coming. And it's like, really? And they're like, yeah, see ya.
I'm excited that they have a lot of Persona stuff coming out. It just feels
Allegedly.
like a lot of it is old tech and rehashing.
I mean, the 3DS is next
like
gen.
5 is really nice.
5 3DS is current gen.
I can't keep track.
Yeah. Persona 5 and Persona Q are the two that interest me the most. The Dancing All Night one seemed...
See, I'm all in on Dancing All Night and Ultimax Ultra Suplex Hold.
I played the Arena, and it was a fun game, but it was kind of lacking.
I mean, with a sweet name like that, you
that
can't
is
be lacking much.
That is a sweet name. So that's all Atlas covered.
Sorry, I was thinking. Sorry, the name of that reminded me of I went out last night for dinner with some friends from high school and stuff, and the drink I got was called the Makahula Hikidula. Was the name of the drink, and it literally took me 5 minutes to order it because I couldn't get the name out.
You just like pointed right at the menu. I want this one.
I was like that thing, but no, I demanded that I be able to say it. It was I'm a jerk like that. Anyway, so dumb story aside, the Diablo 3 closed beta for Reaper of Souls is going to begin by the end of the year, according to Blizzard.
Pretty sure it's already began.
I was going to say, I think that it actually...
Friends and family began.
Okay.
People are already streaming it. They said they were going to invite... Well, okay, so maybe it's friends and family and the 3,000 most active players in Diablo 3?
Maybe.
So because I think it's that. Because you can stream it, you can put pictures, you can talk about it, there's no NDA on it. And I'm pretty sure people have already been like, oh, cow level confirmed! Apparently, there's a cow level in the expansion pack.
I mean, that's all
interesting. I think it's interesting that they don't have an NDA. Anonymous sources have informed me that the Elder Scrolls expansion has an NDA on it, or not? Sorry,
it does. You can look it up on the website. The MMO.
That you're not allowed to talk about that at all when you're playing it or anything. Luckily, I'm not playing it. I didn't get into the beta, so I'm just going to talk about it all the time. I'm going to tell you things about it. But I think it's pretty cool that Blizzard isn't putting an NDA on their stuff because it's going to get out there one way or another. I mean, if you're so secretive about your stuff that you want it blocked for as long as possible, then I feel like it's just not in closed beta form yet.
Yeah.
So, I'm excited for Reaper of Souls. I didn't play a ton of Diablo 3, but I beat the story mode with my Barbarian, and then I really didn't play beyond leveling some other characters here and there, just because I didn't know anyone who was playing it.
I think, so.
I've been playing it more again recently. I have a monk that I've been leveling. I have a monk named CM Monk who I've been leveling up, who is probably my favorite character, and it's a lot of fun.
Monks are super fun. That was my main.
Yeah.
Yep.
I've mostly just been waiting for them to fully get rid of the auction house, because once they get rid of the auction house and refactor all the items and everything, it'll go back.
Won't that not
it'll go back to...
Yeah, I think they do that when Reaper of Soul comes out.
Yep.
Which it seems like they're pretty damn close if they're
March,
already going into closed beta.
I think March is the estimated release date.
Okay. Here's what I found this interesting. In the announcement of the beta test for Reaper of Souls, they said everything is in the game except the final boss.
Yep.
Like, when you start the beta, you can get to the final boss, you just can't fight him.
Yeah. So, I mean, maybe the beta for them is, let's say, 6 months. Maybe they actually plan on putting 6 months' worth of user feedback into the expansion. Which would be pretty awesome.
Yeah.
But, I mean, we don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe Blizzard is just doing, since they were so bad with release dates before, they're going to opposite it, where it's we're releasing in March, and that just comes out in January. And we're like, whoa, what?
Maybe. I doubt it, though.
Yeah.
So yeah, not too much other information on that. It's going on. I'm pretty sure it's going on right now. So if you want to find more information, you can
definitely check Blizzard.com, Battle.net.com,
yeah.
Diablo3.website.
I don't think the people who opted in are getting invites yet. I think it is only friends and family and the 3,000.
Yeah, I know. I opted in for it. I got into the beta test for Diablo 3. I got into the beta test for Hearthstone.
Okay.
I got in the beta for the Blizzard launcher, which is big whoop on that. So hopefully I get into the beta test for Reaper of Souls as well. We'll see.
And then the last bit of news we have is Lego The Hobbit is announced.
I don't know. It's not announced.
It's not announced.
It's not.
Don't lie.
Question marks. It's
redacted.
Yeah.
Wait, rumor alert.
Wah, wah, wah. It was.
There's an image.
What it is that there is a insert in the Lego The Hobbit sets.
Okay.
And that's what that image is the insert from that. There is their website for it, lego.com/The Hobbit or hobbit.com/Lego. I forget which one it is. Wasn't working. That was the website that was printed on the card. That wasn't working at first, and now it's up. So it does lend that picture a little more credence, but the game is still not
It hasn't been officially announced by the publisher.
Is anyone shocked?
No.
I'm this is their next Lego installment.
I wouldn't say shocked. I'm disappointed. I was so excited about Lego Marvel because it was a new Lego property, and then they announced.
Kind of going back to the Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, exactly. I have Lego Lord of the Rings. It's a fun game, but I don't want Lego Lord of the... And I mean, I'm gonna buy Lego The Hobbit, of course, because I'm just a jackass.
Do you think Lego is oversaturating themselves?
If they keep selling, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, for people like me, I like the Lego games, but I'm not going to play every single one, because they're not that entertaining to me. But for kids
love them. Yeah,
eat them up. So I think they're going to
And I'm basically a 12-year-old, so...
That's true.
And the other one is the Lego Movie video game is also going to be a Lego game in the sense of it's a Traveler's Tale game where it's going to be the same.
I wonder if that one's going to be more like Lego City or something like that.
No, it's going to be a Lego game that's like this from what I've read.
A linear.
Does anyone know the story of Lego
Marvel?
Movie?
I don't.
The story of the Lego Movie?
Yeah.
Gandalf's in it.
Wait, what?
Is that a real thing you said?
Batman's in it.
So it's going to be all the Lego game properties in the movie.
No, most of it's its own unique story. But Batman's going to be voiced by Will Arnett, I believe.
This is weird.
I feel like this is
super weird.
Yeah.
No, I swear to God, that's the. I feel like it's no. This is all legit information, which is weird.
I don't know if I want.
There's other
Batman
Lego.
Gandalf.
Yeah.
Side by side.
I mean, they exist within the same Lego universe, apparently. So
imagine all Lego games mashed into one.
I mean, that looks like what,
and it's just called Lego.
Yeah.
That looks like what they're kind of going for in terms of the movie itself being all the Lego properties.
Yeah.
If you watch the trailer for it online, I think there's some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle stuff in there also.
It's got 900 playable characters.
I would have been really excited to see a Lego Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah,
that would have been awesome.
Maybe one day.
Yeah, right?
You don't know if the cards yet.
I want to say out of the 10 or 12 Lego games that exist, there's only 5 or 6 properties So it's a little like disappointing to see them go back to more Lord of the Rings / Hobbit stuff. But
Yeah.
I mean, whatever. I'm sure I'll get 4 more Lego games by the end of the year anyway for 2014.
Yep. So I think that about wraps it up for news of the week, unless we can think of anything.
Nah, there wasn't too much news.
Yeah.
Like,
News
all
of
the
bye
console
week, should we call it?
news of the bye week.
Yeah, news of
Yeah,
bye
it's
week.
2 weeks. I don't know.
That was a terrible one.
Inside baseball talk here, guys. Welcome to the formatting of the show.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I'll just jump in. Like, this is gonna be quick. Just look at AquaPazza.
okay, what is it looks like it's AquaPazza. but
Yeah, it's AquaPazza.
Now, what does that mean?
there's
Water Pazza?
Water Pazza.
Well, does Pazza translate to anything?
Pazza is Pazza.
I mean, have we
Pizza.
tried?
I mean, Aqua
Water
is
pizza.
Aqua's
Water
English.
pizza.
So, yeah, that sounds delicious.
Okay, so what platform is this out for?
This is on PS3.
Okay.
AquaPazza it was a Japanese fighting game that came out in arcades in 2011, and then it was ported to the PS3 in Japan in 2012, and it just came out last week in the US in 2013. It's kind of weird.
So it's a 2-year-old game.
It's a 2-year-old game.
Okay.
By that, you mean a game for 2-year-olds?
Yes.
Okay.
So it's a fighting game from the makers of Arcana Hearts, which that's what caught my attention because I like that series. The story, like, we'll just jump into it. The story is Ma Ryan. She's making a love potion, so all men in the world love her.
Did you give this a 6?
This is amazing.
So you're trying, like, you got to stop her.
Why?
Yeah. What's wrong with that?
Because what if you don't want to love her?
I mean,
Well, once I have that
yeah,
potion,
exactly.
Well, yeah. Well, you don't want to. You don't want to be.
How do you know? CJ might want the potion.
Yeah, me and Mount Ryan go back.
All right.
Yeah.
The story,
What
like,
name is that?
It's so Japanese already. Anyway.
I didn't play it for the story.
Okay.
We'll just start right there. Didn't play it for the story. It's a very novel style, which it's similar to like Blaze Blue and stuff, where it's just like 2 characters and like text dialogue on the bottom. I'm not a huge fan of that kind of storytelling, so
I feel like that's all fighters do.
no.
It's just like
Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, Mortal Kombat doesn't do that.
That's literally the only
Street,
example.
Street Fighter doesn't do that.
It doesn't?
No.
Well,
I
Street
feel
Fighter
like-
doesn't have a story at all.
I feel like any fighting game is not going to be innovating in the story department.
Well,
yeah,
at
right.
any
It's
time.
so
The
disappointing.
the Blaze Blue story is really good. It's all delivered novel style, which
Yeah.
it's hard to when you buy a fighting game, you don't want to sit there and be like, okay, let me read all this text. Like you want to fight.
What's that game that I think is Blaze Blue, but it's not? There's a guy with a
Guilty
bag
Gear?
over his... Yeah, it's Guilty Gear. That was my... It doesn't have anything to do with anything. I just want to know the name of that game.
So I'm gonna give like stories a 6. Like it's there. There are 2 different story modes. There's the story mode, and then there's another story mode.
What?
Is it still Ma Ryan?
Well, the second story mode is like
Does she
you're-
make a love potion for all the women in the world?
Oh, plot twist!
Another story mode is it's a tournament that you're just fighting in.
This sounds fun.
Very familiar.
That sounds lame compared to Ma Ryan.
Yeah. Wait, does Ma Ryan run the tournament?
Well, how the story works is Ma Ryan, like at the end of the game, the end boss is always different.
What?
She takes a random. she takes. I think it's different. I think it's dependent on who you pick as a character, but the end boss is going to be a character like from the normal set of characters, controlled by Ma Ryan.
What?
That has like super just
Ma
crazy,
Ryan powers?
Yeah, crazy abilities.
That Ma Ryan.
She's nuts.
Yeah. So story 6. Let's go to gameplay. Gameplay is pretty solid. Like it's what is.
I just can't wait for all the people that love this game to listen to this. Be like, these guys are assholes.
It's a simple 4-button fighter. There's A, B, C, and then you call in an assist. How the game works is there's 26 characters to choose from. 13 of them are playable, and then 13 of them are assist characters that help your character in battle. So it's kind of like Marvel vs. Capcom, but just some characters are only assists.
Is Mega Man in this game?
No, Mega Man's not in this game.
That's minus a point.
There's a really good variety of characters. Like there's ranged characters, characters with swords, magic users. There's a girl with a push broom. A girl who throws books at you.
Yes! I want to play the push broom one.
That is fantastic. This game sold me. Instant.
And then it has different like support characters who will be like this girl like will like heal you, or like this girl is like a chase hit character where she'll like run from one end of the screen to the other and like do like a slicing attack. Just different. Like everything works with like different characters. Just find what you like, and there you go. It's got story mode, another story mode, versus. It's got a training mode. The training mode is really lacking compared to like other games' training mode. I think Street Fighter kind of set the bar very high with its training mode because it goes through like layers of missions to have you do like combos and learn like how to play a character.
Injustice was kind of like that too.
Yep, yeah. Injustice took that over. There were other games that took like BlazBlue, Marvel vs. Capcom. They all took that reign from Street Fighter.
It's called BlazBlue?
No, it's
Blue.
BlazBlue.
Oh, you said BlazBlue.
BlazBlue is the correct pronunciation.
No, BlazBlue is not the correct.
Okay.
Wait, how's
I just want to make sure I wasn't pronouncing it like an idiot.
Gameplay, I'm going to give an 8. Like, as a fighter, like, the fighting is really solid. New people to fighting games, I think, are going to have a hard time with it, because it doesn't explain a lot of how combos work. You kind of just know from experience of playing this kind of style of fighting game.
That sucks.
Yeah, I really...
This also doesn't seem like it would be most people's first fighting game, though.
Right.
Like, it doesn't seem like a game you would be like, yeah, I guess I'll get this.
Yeah,
I've never played a
Why
fighter.
hasn't anybody made my first fighter?
That's I mean, why are you giving away these A+ ideas on the air for free, Brandon?
We'll cut it out.
Imagine party fighters.
Imagine, yeah. Wonderful.
So gameplay, I'm going to give an 8. Like I said, it's really solid. Sounds good. Like it's nothing to jump up and down about, but it's like not taking away. Nothing's like super annoying. I like how all the Japanese voices are in it. I like how that's an option. So sound, I'm going to give it 7. Nothing stands out as being good, but it's not bad either. Graphics, I really like the graphics in the game. Like the backgrounds are really nice, really animated. Character motions are really nice, but it is a 2-year-old game at this point, and a port from a Japanese, like from an arcade cabinet. So even though like the graphics are good and everything,
it looks nice, but it's nothing stunning.
This game came out after I had to unplug my PS4 to plug in my PS3 so I could play this game.
Yep.
So graphics kind of got tainted by that. So graphics, I'm gonna give a 7. Fun Cycle, it's a budget fighter. It's $29.99. If you like fighting games, like if you're like every fighting game that comes out, you're like, well, this is my next purchase. Like the game is fun. Like it's not like no character seems like, oh, this character's just like stupid overpowered.
Except the boss.
Except Ma Ryan.
Yeah.
I don't want to get into how like hard
is your
I
hand
punched
okay?
them. Yeah. I was sore after like maybe 20 tries against the last boss because it's like all fighting game bosses. The last boss is
Crushing
like,
difficulty.
Yeah, it's just the difficulty curve changes so drastically that you're like, well, if you don't know how to play your character perfectly or just want to lame out the boss and sit in the corner, you're not going to win.
That's pretty much how I've beaten every fighting game. It's just I hide in the corner and I do projectiles.
Yep. So, Fun Cycle, like, I'm going to give it a 7. That makes the overall score totally a 7. For a $30 game, I think a 7 is reasonable.
Yeah.
It's not something you need to rush out and buy, but like if you're sitting there with like no new fighter to play, it's definitely worth picking up.
Alright, so the next game we're going to review is Resogun for the PS4. Resogun is a downloadable title. It's actually free with PlayStation Plus. If you have a PlayStation Plus membership, it's one of the free titles for the month.
And you do get a free month of PlayStation Plus with
the PS4.
The PS4
Yep,
right?
exactly. So basically,
everyone
everybody should have this game. So let's start out with the story. Is there a story? There's something about the world ending. You have to rescue little green dudes who are stuck in glass cages. Don't play this game if you're looking for a story. I give it a 0 out of 10. There is no story. You're just shooting stuff. And I mean,
I can't argue with that.
There's nothing there. There's green dudes in glass and the apocalypse.
What story?
That's
like,
they don't tell you why the green dudes are in the glass.
Nope.
There's nothing.
They don't tell you why the aliens are invading.
Sounds like a game that definitely should be given away for free on PlayStation Plus.
No, okay. So the story, you're not playing this game for the story.
Right.
Exactly. So, gameplay. Story I gave 0 out of 10 because there is no story. I mean, really, I shouldn't have even given it a score because it's not there. Gameplay, I think it's really fun. So, Resogun's like a side-scroller that loops around in a circle. So you're kind of like in a circular arena, but it's like a side scroller where enemies spawn. It starts out fairly easy and gets tougher as you go in the levels. You get weapon upgrades as you progress through each levels. There's 3 different ships to choose from, and each ship does feel unique with its own handling and weapons. The only downfall here is how short the game is. The game is only 5 levels and could probably be beaten in 30 to 45 minutes on its easiest difficulty. The ships and co-op play does add some replayability, though. But, I mean, it's really solid. It controls well. Gameplay is a lot of fun. We played co-op. I think we played through twice on co-op.
Yep. Yeah, we played through 2 different story modes with different ships.
Yep, exactly. It was... I would give the gameplay an 8 out of 10. It's solid. It's fun.
I'd say that's fair. I might go a little bit lower because since this is from the Stardust team, I feel like the weapon upgrades are nice, but...
Like Super Stardust HD?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that game was dope.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun.
I didn't know they made this game.
Yeah. I feel like the weapon upgrades are nice. It's just a more powerful version of your weapon. But there's no
That's what an upgrade
there's no varying. Well, there's no varying weapons in the game.
Well,
your ship has one weapon.
Right.
Well, yeah. So there's like a kind of like the fast fighter ship has like missiles. So I'm pretty sure you always have missiles, or maybe after the first upgrade you always have missiles. And the missiles get better and better as you level up, which I think is good. Like, once I was at the max level, I was shooting out like 80 missiles at once. And they were heat-seeking, so they were just flying all over everywhere, blowing stuff up, and it was sweet. And then they have this like kind of like a tank ship that almost has like a shotgun blast in front of it.
Yeah.
And as you kept leveling it, the shotgun blast would get bigger and bigger and bigger, so anything in front of you was just destroyed.
It sounds awesome.
I wasn't saying it's bad. I just, for a game like this, of this style, I expect, like, multiple weapons.
Yeah.
Because that's just what I'm used to.
You get bombs, so you can do, like, a bomb that wipes the whole screen.
That screen wipe is amazing.
Yeah, it looks beautiful. Yeah.
I'd say 8 is a fair score.
It's really upsetting. I wish there was more levels, more ships, more weapons, because it's super fun, and I just want to keep playing it, but it's like I've beaten it twice already now, and it's like, okay, like, I've played this game.
Yeah.
For a free title or $14.99 title, I think it's great for what it is.
Yeah.
Like, if I paid $14.99 for this, I'd still be super happy with it.
I think I would be too. I think I'd be a little upset. I think $10 would be a better price point for this. But yeah, I wouldn't be upset with it. So sound. The sound didn't really stick out to me. I had a little typo there. The sound didn't really stick out to me at all. I don't think I ever really noticed it. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing, because while I didn't notice it, it didn't bother me at all. Everything seemed to fit.
So I like the music a lot in the game.
Yeah, I don't really tend to pay attention to music in games, so that's good to know. Overall, the sound effects and music were solid. One thing that might annoy people is that the announcer's audio comes through the speaker on the DualShock 4.
Save all the humans.
I actually really liked that, because when the announcer announces that some special enemies are coming, because there's these special groups of enemies that come that you have to kill them to free a human, and it comes out of your controller, it's really noticeable. Because it's not just blended in with the...
Keepers?
The Keepers have arrived, or something like that. It's not just blended
in
with the game... No, it's not Mass Effect. But it's not blended in with the game's sound. It's coming out of the controller. It's like noticeable that something's going on. I really liked
when it freaked me out the first time it happened.
Yeah, the first time it happened, I was like, what the fuck's going on? There's a speaker in my controller?
No, Kyle,
well, that goes back to my, you can hold it to your ear.
I would say, would you say it's more exciting to get an alert from your commander in Resogun, or to answer a phone call in No More Heroes?
It's more exciting to get the alert.
Alright.
No good. So sound I gave 8 out of 10. Solid sound. Apparently Kyle thinks the music's really good. I liked the announcer in the speaker, in the controller.
I don't know if it's a thing you can... Well, I don't think you can, because it doesn't have MP3 support on it yet. But with, like, Stardust, I used to play music from the PS3 into Stardust, and I really liked that feature, because I feel like this game leads very well to having your own soundtrack.
Yeah, maybe they will.
Too bad MP3s are too advanced for the PS4.
Well, they're also too advanced for the Xbox One.
Yeah.
I agree. So, I'm pretty sure we have a toaster that plays MP3s.
Yeah.
The next category is graphics. I personally thought they were stunning. the first time you beat a level and the backdrop falls apart in front of you, or when you
sounds
notice
dope.
parts of the environment decaying as you're going through the level and shooting things, it's just a wow moment every time.
That sounds sick.
It looks beautiful. I can't really say enough good things about the graphics. Some people might not like the voxel-style graphics. They're the little cubes. Everything's made out of tiny little cubes.
Those are kind of like all over the place.
They kind of are, yeah. It's definitely something that's kind of picking up. But I think it looks stunning. I gave the graphics a 10 out of 10. It looks amazing.
I'm not gonna say your review is wrong. I would
Your
say
opinion sucks.
No offense, but
I would say 10 out of 10 is like right on point. I might give it a 9.5 because some of this stuff just looks a little. Some of this stuff doesn't pop as much as like when you beat the level and everything is just blowing up and
exploding.
That's insane how good that looks.
Yeah.
But some of the enemy types and stuff, they're just like, okay, well that kind of looks a little bland. But I can see a 10 being the background alone outweighs the enemy types.
It is a really sleek looking game. It looks well. It looks beautiful.
Would I say that this is next gen? No.
No. It's just a very good looking game.
Yeah.
1080p, it looks gorgeous.
Yep.
So last category was fun. It's definitely something you can get lost in, trying to gun for trophies, perfecting a level by saving all the humans.
I hate the humans.
Yeah, humans are jerks.
Kyle's the bad guy in the game.
It's a lot of fun. No game mechanics ever really get in the way of you having fun. Like I've said before, the only upsetting part is that the game ends too soon.
And that can be changed depending on what difficulty. Like, the game's not going to end too soon once you ramp up the difficulty, because it might end too soon because you're out of lives.
Yeah, exactly.
Because this game does go from, kind of easy to just...
punches you in the face. Yep. So, for fun, I gave 8 out of 10.
Yep, I would say that's fair. The co-op is really good.
Yeah, the co-op was a lot of fun. I really liked that, too. My overall score was a 7.5 out of 10. I think it's an amazing game that's held back by the lack of content, though it is free with PS Plus right now, so you really have no reason not to try it.
Yeah. If you have a PS4 and you don't have this game downloaded, you've done something wrong.
Yes, I agree. You need to play this game. So that about wraps it up for my Resogun review, and I think that about wraps it up for episode 2, unless we have any other...
I can review Marvel Avengers Alliance for iOS devices. It's a free-to-play game featuring repetitive motions and a cast of
Sounds
heroes.
like a 10 out of 10!
Oh, it's the best.
Is this the game that you...
What'd you hear me yelling about this morning?
Is this the one that you use the boost token and then the game crashed? You lost your boost token?
It may or may not be that game. No comment on that one.
I just want to also mention that CJ's been tearing apart his jeans this whole episode.
I'm not tearing apart my jeans.
Now it's all over my floor.
Oh, well, I'll pick that up. I didn't see it. That's why I have the ball to roll it all up. It gives me... That way I'm not on my phone the whole time.
That's episode 2, guys.
Yeah! ADD.